For thousands of years, a single shape has dominated the horizon and our imagination. The pyramid. We look at these colossal structures, the Great Pyramids of Giza, and we can't help but wonder, how did an ancient civilization, without modern technology, build monuments that would outlast empires? Some say aliens, others whisper of lost technologies, but the truth is far more fascinating. Today, we're peeling back the layers of sand and time to uncover the real story of the Egyptian pyramids. Let us travel back over 4,500 years to the reign of a pharaoh named Khufu. Egypt was at the peak of its power during the Old Kingdom. The pharaoh wasn't just a king, he was considered a god on earth. His journey into the afterlife was of supreme importance to the entire nation. It was believed that if the pharaoh successfully navigated the underworld and joined the sun god, Ra, in his daily journey across the sky, he would ensure the eternal prosperity of Egypt. This belief was the driving force, the very reason for the pyramids' existence. They weren't just tombs, they were resurrection machines, cosmic engines, designed to launch the pharaoh's soul into the stars. The first true pyramid was a revolution in architecture. Before it, pharaohs were buried in mastabas, which were flat-roofed, rectangular structures. But then came the pharaoh, Djoser, and his brilliant architect. Around 2630 BC, Imhotep decided to stack several mastabas on top of each other, each one smaller than the last. The result was the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, the world's first large-scale stone building. This was the prototype, the grand experiment that paved the way for the smooth-sided pyramids we know so well. From this point on, the race was on to perfect the design. So, who actually built them? Forget the Hollywood image of slaves being whipped under the desert sun. Evidence from a village discovered near the Giza plateau paints a very different picture. Archaeologists found the remains of a well-organized community for the workers. We're talking about bakeries that could produce thousands of loaves of bread, breweries, and barracks. They even found evidence of medical care, like bones that were set and healed. These weren't slaves. They were skilled Egyptian laborers. They were organized into crews, given rations of bread, beer, and meat, and they took immense pride in their work. We've found graffiti on the stones that reads, "The Drunkards of Menkaure," or "The Friends of Khufu Gang." This was a national project, a form of taxation where people contributed their labor for a few months a year, especially during the Nile's annual flood, when farming was impossible. Now, for the billion-dollar question, how did they move those massive stones? The average block in the Great Pyramid weighs about 2.5 tons of that. The weight of a car, and there are over 2 million of them. The answer lies in simple, yet ingenious, engineering. The limestone for the core of the pyramid was quarried right there on the Giza plateau, but the high-quality white limestone for the outer casing came from Tora, across the Nile. And the granite for the inner chambers was transported all the way from Aswan, over 500 miles to the south. Recent discoveries, like an ancient papyrus scroll known as the Diary of Mira, have given us incredible insight. Mira was an official who oversaw a crew of about 40 elite workmen. His diary details how they transported limestone from Tura to Giza. They would sail massive wooden boats down the Nile and then divert them into a system of man-made canals and waterways that led directly to an inland harbor just feet away from the pyramid base. To move the blocks on land, they likely used large wooden sleds. And here is a clever trick. A famous tomb painting shows a man pouring water on the sand in front of a sled. Scientists have tested this and found that wetting the sand just right reduces the friction dramatically, making it much easier to pull heavy loads. It wasn't one single miracle solution. It was a combination of water, sleds, manpower, and incredible project management. Getting the stones up the pyramid is another puzzle. While we don't know for sure, the leading theory is that they used ramps. But what kind of ramp? A single, long, straight ramp would have been impossibly huge, bigger than the pyramid itself. So experts believe they used a system of spiral ramps that corkscrewed around the outside of the pyramid as it grew, or possibly an internal ramp system. The precision is mind-boggling. The base of the Great Pyramid is almost a perfect square, with the sides differing by only a few inches, and it's aligned to the cardinal points north, south, east, and west with astonishing accuracy. They likely achieved this by tracking the stars, using simple but effective astronomical observation techniques to find true north. Let's step inside. The interior of the Great Pyramid is a network of passages and chambers. You enter through a low, narrow passage that leads you deep into the structure. You eventually reach the awe-inspiring Grand Gallery, a long, high-ceilinged corridor that ascends towards the heart of the pyramid. Its corbelled walls, with each layer of stone jutting out slightly further than the one below it, create a powerful, soaring effect. At the top of the gallery, you find the king's chamber. This room is built entirely of red granite. Above it are 5 stress-relieving chambers, designed to distribute the immense weight of the stone above and prevent the king's chamber from collapsing. Inside sits a simple, lidless sarcophagus, also carved from a single block of granite. It's larger than the passageway leading to the chamber, meaning it must have been placed there as the pyramid was being built around it. Despite all we know, the pyramids still hold their secrets. In 2017, a project called Scan Pyramids used cosmic ray imaging to peer inside the Great Pyramid. They discovered a previously unknown void, a large, hidden space located above the Grand Gallery. We don't know what it is. Is it another chamber, a construction corridor, or something else entirely? The mystery endures. There are also ongoing debates about the exact purpose of the so-called air shafts in the King S and Queen S chambers. They don't seem to be for ventilation. Instead, they are precisely aligned with certain stars, like those in the constellation of Orion. This reinforces the idea that these structures were deeply connected to the Egyptian celestial beliefs pathways for the pharaoh spirit to ascend to the heavens. The age of pyramid building lasted for about 1,000 years, but it couldn't last forever. The immense cost and labor required to build these structures eventually became unsustainable for the Egyptian state. Later pharaohs opted for more hidden tombs, like those in the Valley of the Kings, hoping to protect their mummies and treasures from tomb robbers. Today, the pyramids of Giza stand as the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. They are a testament not to aliens or magic, but to human ingenuity, organization, and the power of a shared belief. They remind us that, with a common purpose, people can achieve the seemingly impossible. They are a story written in stone, a story of a civilization's quest for eternity. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Let us know in the comments what mystery you'd like us to explore next. See you in the next video.